Hello students. So in the last lecture we have completed parameters of motion. What are those parameters? Distance, displacement, speed, velocity, and in last lecture we have completed acceleration and some problems. So today we will see the last point of this chapter, that is gravity. Gravity. So what is gravity? So the force with which earth attracts an object towards it is called as gravity. The force with which the earth attracts the force with which the earth attracts an object towards it is called gravitational force of earth. So is called gravitational force of earth. What is gravity? The force with which the earth attracts an object towards it is called gravitational force of earth, or earth's gravity, or earth's gravity. Before this lecture we have already seen the gravitational force of attraction, and we have solved a couple of problems of that also. So what is the gravitational force or acceleration due to gravity? We can write G is 9.8 meter per second square. So what is gravitational force that is exerted on any object on the earth is 9.8 meter per second square. So in the last lecture we have seen some problems, and also we have seen 4 equations of motion. Those are, I will write here. So 4 equations of motion. These are most important to solve the problems. So I will write 4 equations of motion again. Equations of motion. First equation, 4 equations I will write. First equation, V is equal to U plus AT. Second one is V square minus U square is equal to 2AS. Third one is S is equal to UT plus half AT square. And fourth one is Sn. This is for displacement, U plus A by 2 into 2n minus 1. So these 4 equations are very important to solve the problems. Today we will see equation of motion for freely falling body. Today we are looking for various types of equations and its conversion. So for freely falling body, how can we change these equations, that we are going to see. For freely falling body or when a body is thrown up, so this type of equations we will see. So for first of all we will see for freely falling body. So equations of motion for freely falling body. So consider here, suppose here is one chalk. तर माझ्याकडे एक चॉक आहे, मी हा असा खाली इथून सोडत आहे, तर हा काय होईल, फ्रीली फॉल होईल. तर याच्याशी रिलेटेड इक्वेशन ऑफ मोशन कशी चेंज होत आहेत ते आपण आता बघायचं आहे. तर इथं मी कन्सिडर करेन हाइट इज h. for freely falling body, height is h. G is what? Acceleration. Due to gravity. So what G is? Acceleration due to gravity. So for freely falling body, initial velocity is 0. So the equation will become, V is equal to only AT. Then this is first equation. Then second equation will become H. So here we are finding, okay, this is third equation, so I will write first, second. The square is equal to, u is already 0, to G, and I will write for H here. So 2GH. Then third equation will become H is equal to, here we are finding height, not the displacement. So for motion along some in one direction, we are writing here S. So we are calculating regarding height, so we are using H. So first equation become V is equal to 80, or I will write here, this is acceleration due to gravity, so I will write G here. Then V square is equal to 2GH. Then third equation is H is equal to half GT square. So G is acceleration due to gravity, and fourth equation became Sn is equal to G into n minus half. So for freely falling body from some height, we can use these formulas. Okay, then we will write equation of motion for a body thrown vertically upwards. So second is equation of motion for body thrown vertically upwards. So we have to write these four equations for that. So if a body throwing vertically upwards, so that u is here, okay, here what is G? Suppose this is the chalk, I am throwing this vertically upward. So G, how the G changes with respect to that chalk? So G becomes minus G. Suppose this is a stable position, so I will consider here 0. Along this direction, G is positive, and opposite to that direction, G is negative. So equations of motion becomes V is equal to U minus GT. Then second equation becomes H is equal to UT minus half GT square. Third equation becomes V square minus U square is equal to minus 2GH. So why here I have write minus sign? Due to I am throwing this body in upward direction. Upward direction means opposite to the gravitational force of attractions. So I have taken here minus G. लक्षात येते? तर हे काय होईल? मायनस G होईल. तर या इक्वेशन ऑफ मोशन, तर इथं 4 इक्वेशन्स ऑफ मोशन आहेत. तर याच्यामध्ये आपल्याला काय करायचं आहे? फक्त जिथं G आहे, इथं A म्हणजेच काय आहे? G आहे. तर हे या G चं साइन जे आहे ते आपल्याला काय करावं लागेल? निगेटिव्ह साइन द्यावं लागेल. ठीक आहे? तर फोर्थ इक्वेशन ऑफ मोशन becomes Hn is equal to U minus G into N minus half. So these are the equations, these are the 4 equations for body thrown vertically upwards, and these 4 equations for body falling freely. Then how to calculate the maximum height? So we will write here equation for maximum height. Maximum height. So H is equal to U square upon 2G. So here maximum height is directly proportional to what? So H is directly proportional to U square. Means the H is directly proportional to initial velocity. By this equation we can calculate height as well as initial velocity as well as G. So now time of ascent. So what is time of ascent? Time of ascent. I will tell what is time of ascent. The time of ascent is when we are throwing some body in the upward direction. Suppose I am throwing this chalk in this upward direction. Means the time required to gain the maximum height. The time required to gain the maximum height is called as time of ascent. So how to write that time of ascent? TA is equal to U by G. Similarly for time of descent, so this is time of ascent. Time of ascent. Similarly, this is number 4. Similarly, time of descent. Time of descent. TD is equal to U by G. So time of ascent and time of descent are equal, right? Then next is time of flight, 6. So this formula will give us u, g, velocity g and t. So next, time of flight. टाइम ऑफ फ्लाइट तुम्हाला सगळ्यांना माहिती आहे फ्लाइट म्हणजे त्याच्यामध्ये दोन पार्ट्स असतात, एक टेक ऑफ आणि लँडिंग. तर समजा इथं टाइम ऑफ असेंट म्हणजे काय, टेक ऑफ आणि टाइम ऑफ डिसेंट म्हणजे काय, लँडिंग. टाइम ऑफ डिसेंट म्हणजे काय, लँडिंग. So what is the time of flight now? So time of flight is given by t is equal to ta plus tt. So time of flight is nothing but time of ascent and time of descent. So I will write here, what is time of ascent, u by g, plus time of descent u by g. Then what is time of flight, 2u by g, 2u by g. So this is time of flight. Okay, then next one is velocity on reaching ground. When a body dropped from some point, suppose again I am taking the example of chalk. I am giving this chalk from here, so it will come down due to Earth's gravitational force. So velocity is written by this is number 7. So velocity on reaching ground, velocity on reaching ground. So velocity, to find the velocity, we can write the equation v square minus u square is equal to 2gh. v square minus u square is equal to 2gh. But for a body throwing from some height, so initial velocity of that is, so u is 0, so u is 0, then equation will become v square is equal to 2gh. So by this equation we can find velocity of the body when it will reach the ground. Then number 8 is body projected vertically upward. Body projected vertically upward. Vertically upward direction. Body projected vertically upward direction from the top of a tower. From the top of a tower. From the top of a tower. Then displacement is given by. So as for displacement is given by ut minus half gh square. Displacement is given by ut minus half gh square, and velocity is given by u minus gt, and velocity is given by u minus gt. So by this by using these equations we can solve all problems regarding this. So this is, we have seen these four equations, and by using these four equations we have changed according to that movement. So time of flight is time of ascent plus time of descent. So it is 2u by g. Velocity on reaching ground, v square is equal to 2gh. Then body projected vertically upward direction from the top of a tower, then displacement is ut minus half gh square, and v is u minus gt. So now the last point is how to analyze the graphs regarding this acceleration or regarding these parameters of motion. So I will erase this. So how to analyze the graphs regarding the parameter of motion. So see here, I will draw a couple of graphs. You have to analyze that. So first graph is right title, we write graphs or graph analysis. Graph analysis. So this is y-axis, this is x-axis, and these are the points. 1, 2, 3, 4, and this one is 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So y-axis is acceleration. Along y-axis is acceleration, unit is meter per second square, and x-axis is time. So unit is second. Suppose in the graph these points are shown, means what? Acceleration is not changes, or acceleration is 0 moving with uniform velocity. So acceleration is equal to 0 and moving with uniform velocity. Some velocity is here, same velocity at this point, same velocity at this point, and same velocity at also at point 4. The next graph is, okay, I will draw similar graph. Point 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. This is 0. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Again, this is acceleration. Acceleration, unit meter per second square, and this is time, unit second. So the points are, suppose points are here,